You're watching another Nerd Stalker interview.
This is Greg Laurie, aka Social Greg, on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network. Today I'm pleased with Kate Doerksen of Ditto, which answers the biggest question people have when shopping online, which is, does it fit? A little bit about Kate. She was an investment banking analyst in the MAA area at Citi, and worked as an associate at WinPoint Partners in private equity, a private equity firm, and graduated with an MBA from the prestigious Stanford Business School. And best of all, over the last 3 years at the helm of Ditto, and we'll let Kate talk more about Ditto and get in depth about that. But anyway, good morning, Kate. Thanks for joining us here on Nerd Stalker Live from San Mateo.
Greg, thanks for having me.
No, it's great. You have a great story, and we want to capture that here on Nerd Stalker. So let's get into it. So tell us a little bit about
Awesome.
Ditto and how it helps online shoppers.
Sure. So Ditto is an e-commerce site where you can buy designer sunglasses and prescription glasses. So we have over 40 awesome designers ranging from Ray-Ban and Oakley to some really cool up-and-coming brands like Illustava, Westward Leaning. And the coolest part about our website is that you can create your Ditto, which is what we call a video of your face from your webcam, where you kind of are slowly turning from side to side like you're looking into a mirror. And then we augment the glasses back onto your video feed, scaled properly, and in a way where you actually look like you're wearing them. So it's a 3D virtual try-on technology that we built in-house. So I'm really proud of the fact that we're working hard to really answer the question that people have when they're kind of nervous to buy anything fit-related online, which is like, oh, I don't want to return it. Do these fit me? So here I have a little screen share for you.
Sure,
you can see my
we'd love
Ditto.
to see that. Yeah.
So this is it. Let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, we got it. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So this was a video that I just took, and then these glasses, which happen to be the ones I'm actually wearing, so you can test whether it's accurate or not. You can really kind of get a sense for how they fit on your unique face.
Wow,
and
that's
there's
incredible.
a lot of sophisticated technology in the background to make sure that they are sized properly and are fitting on your face relative to your face structure. And yeah, we're really proud of it. And so hopefully some of your customers can check it out.
Yeah. So when did you launch this this service?
So we actually went live last summer, and as
Okay.
I'm sure you can imagine, like probably most of the startup tech companies that you interview, it takes a while to kind of get the product really to a level where it's kind of the vision. And so it's really been a great ride. We've had over 150,000 people come on the site and make Dittos, and we're off to a really great start. So now we're just kind of at a point where we're trying to get the word out there, trying to get more people to just come check it out. It's really different, and I always love it when we do a lot of user testing, and I watch people see their Ditto for the first time, and they go, holy cow, I've never seen anything like this before.
Oh, the technology is incredible. That's why I was just amazed, is that, the fact that I think you're solving a lot of the problems of what online shoppers have, is that usually what we do is we go into a store, check it out, and then go online and buy it, right? And here, especially with glasses, you need the ability to actually try on different things, like you were in a optometrist shop or whatever to try on the glasses, right?
Absolutely. So, part of it is I love online shopping. I'm 6 foot tall, so I love the extra selection and the extra options that I have. And I truly would rather just kind of get it done quickly than have to go burn a whole afternoon walking around. So it's very efficient, which I love. Lots of options, which a lot of people are shopping online. But this was a category where I was really not comfortable buying online. But yet you kind of go to your optometrist office and the experience isn't very fun, and you kind of are limited to what they have up on the board. And a lot of people can't see themselves. They wear glasses in, and now you're trying to try on glasses off the board, and you can't see yourself. So this really gives you the ability to wear your glasses, really evaluate how you look. You can see yourself from the side, which is really cool. You can send your Ditto to a friend, because I saw a lot of people bringing in someone to help them select. So we have a ton of people who will come on, make their Ditto, send it to their wife, send it to their girlfriend, sister, and let that person shop for them. And that's really easy. And then we also have a tool where you can chat with a personal stylist. So just like in store, they can see your Ditto, they can evaluate your face shape, they can ask you questions, and really, help you find the perfect fitting pair of glasses.
Well, this is going to be great. I think Google Glass prescription is next for you guys.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
No, I was kind of fascinated because, like, you started this company, what, 2011? 2012?
Yeah, I was actually in business school. I actually went to business school to start a company. I was ready. I knew in my heart of hearts the time was right for me. And so I spent a lot of time there evaluating, and it was awesome because it gave me the opportunity to not only network and meet some incredibly talented engineers who have helped me make this a reality, but interview a lot of people buying glasses. I knew my experience, but I talked to 1,000 people, whether they were at the doctor's office or at lens crafters, and I just went up and I was just listening, and it really gave me a lot of cool insights that I think we were able to roll into good product features now.
I see. Now, how long did it take you guys to develop the technology behind it? Because that is just incredible, actually.
Well, I'm sure you talk to any engineer. We're still developing the technology, but we've been working on it for 3 years. My two extremely talented co-founders, Sergey Surkov and Dmitry Kornilov, who were at Google and Nokia respectively before co-founding Ditto with me, they have written these kind of core algorithms that do really sophisticated feature detection. And as you move in your video, we're detecting about 150 points in your face and then reconstructing your head in 3D behind the scenes so that we really kind of understand the positioning. And then when we digitize the glasses and place them onto your kind of 3D head and then augment them back into your 2D video. So it's part of it is patented, which is exciting. We got a bunch of more patents pending. It's taken a lot of patience. I've learned that like building real tech takes a lot of time, but we're certainly proud of it, and 3 years ago we started working on it. We went live a year and a half ago, and it's been kind of a wild ride since then.
No, I could imagine. I think, the one part of the story that I really liked is that not only developing the tech was important, but also developing the, I would call the operational part of the business, which is actually getting sourcing, of the different glasses to put into your e-commerce area, right?
Right. When we first started, I would have told you we're just going to build technology and license it for other sites. And then as I started doing my homework and looking at our potential partners, I felt like many of them were kind of not getting the other pieces of the puzzle right. And so my vision for this full user experience seemed limited to what they were doing. And so we kind of had a heart-to-heart, and we kind of sat around. We're like, you know what? Let's control our own destiny. It's a harder company to build because we need to now go get relationships with the manufacturers, and we need to actually ship product. But one thing I love is that we can design the site that we had in mind from the very beginning. Clean, beautiful imagery, great products, and then we can handle and make sure that it does get on your door in 3 or 4 days. And the packaging when you get it is beautiful, and like we can really delight you through the entire experience. So I think our customers have really been happy that we chose that. And it's a combination of tech, design, and service that I think really set us apart.
Yeah, and I could imagine that getting into the sourcing side was, somewhat, I don't know, what was the reaction to a lot of these people when you kind of approached them? Were they thinking like, are you crazy? Or was it like, that makes a lot of sense?
Pretty much. In a few words, they were pretty much like, no way. We've never heard of your site. You're brand new. Like, we only work with huge companies. And some of the brands that we sell, like Ray-Ban, like Vera Wang, these are brands that are selective about where they sell, particularly on the prescription glasses side. And so I went to New York probably a dozen times, and I remember coming back after a few of the first trips, and I go, I don't know if this can work because I don't know if anyone will sell to us. And I actually was lucky enough to speak with Alfred Lin, who had come into Stanford to speak, and I pulled him aside, and Alfred Lin was the COO of Zappos. And I basically said, did you have these kinds of issues? And he said, if they're ready to sell to you, you're too late. So keep at it. Be the first one there when they are ready to move online. It's exactly the same story that we had at Zappos. And so that kind of gave me the courage to kind of just keep being persistent. And I'm now pretty close with most of the vendors that we work with. They've been now with us for, a couple years, and I pick up the phone and talk to them all the time. And I think they would tell you that sheer persistence um, on my part probably like let them give us a shot. And then, once you get your foot in the door and you prove we can be a champion for your brands and we are doing a good job kind of showcasing your brand the way you want, that's really given us the credibility to go get a lot of new brands. So we're about to launch Stella McCartney. She doesn't sell her prescription glasses to anyone else. So this will be like a really exciting moment now that we're kind of a credible thing to get brands that typically haven't sold online.
No, and I think your licensing play also could play into this as well, because I think there's a lot of people out there that could even use your
We certainly
technology.
have a lot of interest. I field quite a few calls from people who ask me if we're ready to license it, and it's something we are considering, particularly when you think about how many glasses are sold globally, and could we be helpful to a bigger footprint than just what we're able to reach at Ditto. So we're evaluating that, and maybe some interesting partnership announcements later this year.
Now, with your site, you do not only prescription glasses but sunglasses as well, right?
Yep. So right now we do both, and we also can add prescription polarized lenses to any pair of sunglasses. So a prescription sunglass.
Wow, that is cool. So
Yeah.
I like to go more into the business side because I think we talked a little bit about that. But I saw on your blog and I read it. It's not exactly out front, but it was kind of buried there. Is that your dad actually helped you a little bit with getting the business on the ground, right?
He did. So when I was first deciding, okay, we're going to be a retailer, the next question is kind of figuring out your operations. And a lot of the frames are sitting in warehouses in the Midwest. And I was trying to build a retailer that did not have a lot of inventory. And so if you want to get products to people quickly and you don't want to take huge inventory positions, you need to be centrally located. And so my dad had just retired. He was general manager of a plastics business in Evansville, Indiana for 25 years. Had just retired, and I said, hey, can you save me a couple plane trips and go visit these optical labs that I've kind of highlighted in the Midwest that I think could be a good fit for us. And so he drove around and he met with a bunch of different labs and talked to a lot of optometrists in the Midwest and said, hey, who's the best quality provider for lenses for your stuff? And a lot of signs ended up pointing back to this wonderful optical lab in Evansville, Indiana, which is my hometown, called Singer Optical.
Wow.
And so as it started to evolve, I basically convinced him to come out of retirement to help me build this business. And it's certainly not a normal kind of step to hire your dad. And certainly I had some venture capitalists that were like, we're not going to invest if you hire your dad. But
Really?
I knew in my heart of hearts it was the right move for the business. He gives us the kind of talent that you cannot hire as an early company. You can only be lucky enough to be related to someone with his kind of skills and just connections. And so I really thought it was going to be good for the business. And because we're not located in the same place, the distance kind of gives him the autonomy to truly run that operation and gives me the ability to focus here. And the trust level that I have with him in the ability to keep the company culture the same and keep the values of the business the same. There's just a trust level there that you cannot get if you're hiring it.
No, I like to dig into that a little bit because I'm fascinated by what you just said. Is that some VCs, of course, won't name them, but it sounded like they were skeptical about your dad joining. What did you feel was the reason behind that? Was it just a cachet of maybe putting their own people in there, or was there something else going on?
I think they've all been burned by family dynamics going awry at startups. So very few VCs will back like a husband-wife combination. Even a brother combination or a father-son or father-daughter. I think almost every investor that you talk to would say, I'd rather not. I've seen it go wrong too many times before.
Oh,
and it's not logic I can blame. It's just, I think each situation needs to be evaluated independently. And for us, this made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it sounded like it worked out for you so far, and it was
Yeah.
the right call. And as a CEO, at the end of the day, I feel that you guys have to make the final call. Whatever other logic is out there, you have to be the final call for it. So you made the right choice.
So we ended up taking a venture round from August Capital, And I specifically remember Howard Hartenbaum, who sits on our board, asked me, if push came to shove, could you fire him? And I looked at him in the eye and I said, if it's not working, I could fire him. And he said, okay, well, that's good enough for me.
It speaks of the strength of your relationship between your dad and also the confidence you have as being a CEO of a high-tech company, right?
I think so. I think it's definitely out of the normal. But when things kind of work and you know in your heart of hearts that it's the right move for the business, I did feel kind of emboldened to say, no, this is something I really believe is in the best interest of the company, and you need to trust me on this.
And thank you again. It was a really great story that you have with this. Are you looking for additional funding at this point, or are you kind of just you're kind of just getting the operation settled out and then and going through this PR round of getting your word out there, and then maybe go for the next round after that?
Yeah, well, we're just kind of now starting to look at marketing. We wanted to get the product right, and luckily we've had a lot of kind of organic growth and word of mouth growth, but now we're really ready to scale it up. So I will be looking to raise a Series A in the next few months. So if any of your VC listeners are out there, give me a call, Kate@Ditto.com.
Wow. That is great. I know. I appreciate that. And anyway, and thanks for the interview. Ditto answers the big question: will it fit? Right. So it's very good.
Awesome.
Anyway,
well, thanks for having me, Greg. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Are there any other ways of getting a hold of Ditto that you want to mention to the audience? Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter @ShopDitto or on Facebook @ShopDitto. And then obviously just check us out at the website, Ditto.com.
Excellent. Okay. Well, anyway, that was Kate Doerksen, CEO at Ditto, answering the online shopping experience for glasses. Will it fit? So anyway, thanks for joining us, everyone. This is Greg Gloria, a.k.a. Social Greg on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network, where we believe in tech, startups, design, and you. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and be careful out there. Thanks again, Kate.
Thanks, Greg.